reduced sex drive, feeling tired all the time, symptoms of depression, no gains in the gym, low confidence, and no success at work or with women. These are all symptoms that have been proven to be directly or indirectly linked to testosterone deficiency. And that's by far not it. Low testosterone is destroying your life. And as I dove deep into maximizing your energy and therefore partly also your testosterone for the last 2 years, I realized this is becoming more and more common, harder and harder to prevent because of the environment we're living in, and it's ruining the lives of so many. I read different books like Estrogeneration, The Way of the Superior Man, and many others too, and there's no denying it. If you want a good, healthy and successful life, you need to take care of your testosterone. It's part of health and actually super important. Now, how it really destroys your life and what happens if you don't do anything about it, as well as how you can tell you should focus more on increasing your testosterone and how exactly you can do that is going to be the topic of this video. So are you ready to hear the truth about how low T levels destroy your future and your present, and how simply increasing your testosterone might solve almost 99% of your problems? Then let's start looking at how a testosterone deficiency actually kinda ruins your life. Low testosterone affects so many people nowadays. And of course, it's normal as you get older. It drops about 1 to 2% each year you age. But for the sake of this video, I'll just talk about young and healthy men, those who should have high testosterone. And looking at that group of people, you probably heard before that levels have been dropping for a couple of decades by now. So the likelihood becomes increasingly bigger to have low testosterone, and seemingly it's becoming harder and harder to actually have healthy testosterone levels. I mean, that's why they are dropping year after year. But then, what are the actual symptoms that are linked to testosterone deficiency? I think that's pretty important to know how important testosterone really is. And of course there are different symptoms you can experience. Not everyone will have the same symptoms, not everyone will experience them to the same degree, and the actual scientific evidence that low testosterone is the cause for some of these symptoms is still a bit unsure maybe. But some of the symptoms that are linked to testosterone deficiency and have quite a bit of evidence behind them are reduced sex drive. Might be good for some, but generally probably not so good. Also, reduced erectile function. Then, loss of body hair, less beard growth, loss of lean muscle mass, feelings of fatigue, feeling very tired all the time, or at least most of the time. A general lower energy level, low endurance and low physical strength, obesity and literally developing man boobs, and even symptoms of depression and bad mental health. And to add even more to the list, some additional symptoms, although the link is not as clear, are poor memory, difficulty with finding words to say, poor focus, poor clarity, and not doing well at work or other competitive environments. So if your testosterone is low, you're gonna be tired much of the time. You won't enjoy life. You maybe won't make real progress in any area of your life. Your mental game sucks, you have no confidence, your sex drive is lower, other people will be less attracted to you, you have no motivation, and your looks maxing journey won't work out either. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds pretty bad. It does not sound like a foundation for a good life. And at the same time, having healthy testosterone levels will only get the ball rolling for an actual good, successful life. I mean, just quickly imagine having more confidence, having better mood, having more energy. This will impact your life so much, and not only right now, but it compounds if you use it right and could potentially explode your life satisfaction. So now probably an important question is, do you have low testosterone? And what can and should you do about it? Of course, if you relate to the science I just talked about, like low energy, like low confidence, like low sex drive, you might suffer from low testosterone levels. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I suffer from some of these symptoms to some degree as well. I'm not a guy who's like, hey, I'm so much better than you, just copy me. But I educated myself about this, and at least I'm aware of some of these problems, and I also know what I have to do about it. And I already did a lot about it because it was way worse some time ago. But of course, just looking at the symptoms is not the most reliable thing you can do, since that of course would be a blood test. Actually, getting your testosterone tested. But I know not everyone can do that. It takes time, it's annoying, it still varies throughout the day, and maybe it even costs you money. So I get it. And to simplify it again, here are 3 very important questions you should probably ask yourself. First one, are you proud of yourself, or are you low-key a bit ashamed of who you actually are? Second, do you feel almost unstoppable at times, or do you feel like you lack energy and motivation most of the time? And third, do you feel like the man, or do you feel more like a lazy loser, bluntly a piece of shit, or just a pussy? Not meant in a sexist way. Don't cancel me, please. I think those answers should tell you a lot already. But of course, it's still quite unreliable, and it's a bit bro science too. Still, I think this could give you some good insights. So now, if you feel like your testosterone levels could be better, I just quickly want to tell you what happens if you don't do anything about it. Because this negative visualization has been proven to be pretty powerful. I think this is necessary if you actually want to change. Oh, and then I will actually tell you how to naturally increase your testosterone successfully after that. And to help you visualize what happens if you don't do anything about it, I just very quickly want to tell you about me during COVID. Because my testosterone was probably pretty bad at that time. And yet I ignored it for quite some time. And I can guarantee you, it only gets worse. You really have to decide now where you want to go. This is time. You are here. And if you don't improve your testosterone, your habits, your lifestyle, you will only go down in well-being, satisfaction, motivation, energy, attraction, stuff like this. But if you actually decide to improve, to actually focus your health, to do some energy maxing as I call it, life will get better. And it will take a lot of time. But because, for example, you have more energy, which leads to you spending more time in the gym, waking up earlier, stuff like that, it will just compound and compound and compound, and it will improve. And it will improve a lot. I can guarantee you, from my own experience and from observing other people, that being low on energy, for example, makes everything else, maybe the few things that are actually good that you are doing right now, so much harder. Again, like the gym, like waking up early, like socializing, like eating a clean diet. And then, of course, your confidence takes a hit. You become weaker, physically and mentally, which of course also makes it much less likely for you to be successful with women, which is probably a big motivation for you. And if that's one of your big motivations or goals, but you fail over and over and it becomes harder and harder, your testosterone drops even further.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Or another example, because your test is low, you're not making gains, again, you don't have energy, so you decide, nah, I just stopped the gym. Doesn't really motivate me the same way anymore. Doesn't really change me anymore. I don't know. And of course, that's just another factor that further worsens your testosterone. And I could tell you countless more examples too, but the main message is you won't like it. I'm very certain about that. You also won't improve your life. And I think if you watch a channel like mine, that's a big goal of yours. So you should now realize that low testosterone is ruining your life, and increasing your testosterone should be a big focus for you. Even if you feel like your testosterone is high right now, you should definitely not ignore it. So make health, energy and increasing testosterone a solid focus point in your life. It's not gonna end well if you don't. And now, when it comes to actually increasing your testosterone, there is of course so much you can do. And also so much you can do that might really improve it a lot, or probably won't change anything at all. This is actually pretty variable, depends on so many factors, and even your genetics, your environment, or just your mindset play a role too. And also, actual, truly reliable studies are still a bit limited in my opinion. I've read a lot of them by now. For example, pomegranate juice increases your testosterone by about 24%. Is that really so true? Is that really reliable on a large scale? And why exactly does that happen? Just because of the antioxidants? I don't know yet. Of course, there are some basic things that you definitely can and should do to improve your health and your testosterone. Healthmaxxing is slowly becoming the new self-improvement, I think. Now, what those exact things are, what the habits are that actually have the highest return on investment to increase your testosterone, is something I exactly just made a video about a couple of days ago. So instead of repeating everything here, because that would probably be a bit useless, I would just recommend you to watch the video here. It really covers some high ROI activities and is one of the most viewed videos on my channel. So I think that could be a good next step. For now, I hope this was a bit eye-opening, hope you learned something, and then have a great day and bye.